I think one of the main reasons why it's important to restore voting rights to individuals is we have to remember who many of these individuals are. Many of these are individuals who have felt disenfranchised, disillusioned, disengaged from a very young age in our society. Many of the people who we're talking about are people who have made bad choices and made bad decisions, in many cases because they felt like the consequences didn't matter to them. So the best way to make a person who feels disenfranchised to feel empowered, the best way to make a person who feels disengaged to feel engaged, is by giving them a means and a reason to be engaged. And one of the best and the fastest and the most appropriate way for them to feel engaged is to let them know as a large society, listen, we've all made mistakes, but we're not going to focus on the past. We are going to be obsessed about the future. And part of that future means who are the leaders who will place us into that future, and knowing that you have a voice in choosing that. You know, one of the oldest adages we have is this idea of having taxation without representation, right? It was one of the foundations that this country was built on, the idea of give me liberty or give me death. So the idea of asking people to be financially responsible for the maintenance and the running of our society, but to have no say in terms of who then is responsible for those financial dealings, just doesn't make sense. And frankly, it's un-American. So if we want to think about what it means from our truest elements, from our original origins of this country, taxation without representation is what we fought wars on. And part of the reason why I am and so many others are so active about this is a battle that we think is worth fighting. I think at times people get this issue confused with the concept of being soft on crime or whatever other quote break that people want to throw towards this issue. This is not about being soft on crime. This is about being certain about our society and the type of future society that we want to create. When you think about the challenges that people have when after they've made their mistakes and served their time, and they're returning back to society because the criminal justice system has deemed this person now ready to return back to society. When you think about the challenges of housing, familial bonds, jobs, and the list goes on and on, we cannot continue throwing on these barriers on people and then wonder why we have such a high recidivism rate. And the truth is, this is not just about Baltimore City or Baltimore County or Prince George's County or other urban areas. This is also about how do we as a state think about allocation of resources, and how do we as a state think about allocation of humanity. And so if you care about these things and the intersection of them, then I think it's important to think about how this bill frames into all those different elements.